Hey, what's up guys? Terry here of turbofitlife.com, and I am taking my dog for this beautiful sunset walk. Sunset yet, but it's getting there. And I wanted to talk about something that has been like on my heart the last couple days. And if you do not care about sugar or sugar consumption, or you're not really concerned about it, or you feel like you're good with the amount of sugar you're eating right now, and I'm not talking about fruit sugar or like, you know, any sort of Atkinsy anti-sugar things, but the crappy white stuff and brown sugar and all that stuff. So, is sugar bad for you? Yes, of course. The crappy white stuff, for sure, no question. Like, it's not something you should be eating all day, every day. It's in a lot of things. Is date sugar better for you? Probably. It's just dried out dates. That's probably the best one if you're gonna have sugar. Coconut sugar is sugar. Agave is sugar. Maple syrup is sugar. They're all sugar. So at the beginning of the year, I gave up sugar because I wanted to see how I felt. So I've done that a few times in my life. Like, I'm trying to remember the first time I did it. It was maybe in 2012. I gave up sugar, gluten, most soy, like tofu I gave up, but I didn't give up like fermented soy. I still ate fermented soy. But I gave up like the common allergens. So sugar, gluten, even high sugar fruits, soy, obviously I was vegan. So yeah, I think that was it. Anyways, I felt awesome. But like, the first day I broke it, the whole cleanse that I did for 30 days, it was 30-day Vital Life cleanse from Karma Chow, and it was amazing and I totally recommend it. But the first day that I broke it, I had a Chicago Diner milkshake, which was like more sugar than you need in a lifetime. And I felt so sick. I was like running around the house. I remember like sprinting back and forth around the house because I like just wanted to get it out of my body, and I had a headache, like insane headache, and I just felt gross. But then I kept eating sugar. Didn't give it up because I love sweets. I've always had a sweet tooth. Candy is my jam. Cookies, brownies, everything. I am definitely a sweet person. I like sweets. I like the savory too, don't get me wrong. I don't discriminate. I like all food. So, yeah, that was my first time giving up sugar. Then I did it again for Easter, or for Lent. I did 40 days without sugar a few years ago, just because I like giving up random things for Lent, even though I'm not Catholic. And that I, again, felt amazing and loved how I felt. Then, like, maybe 2 years ago, I gave up sugar for Lent, or maybe just April or spring or something. And I'd had this cough that wouldn't go away for months, and as soon as I gave up sugar, it went away. And then when I kicked off 2017 this year, it's the most recent foray into anti-sugar Terry. I had been having this insane skin. I don't know if you can tell, like, my forehead right now, but like it was covered in bumps for the last little over a year. It's like smooth now. I mean, I don't have perfect skin by any means, but it's definitely not covered in bumps. And I seriously had like teenager acne for the last, I want to say, year and a half. So if you like go through a lot of my like Facebook selfies, I know I rarely post them, but I'm sure you can find one or two. If you look at the ones from before January, from like all of 2016, my skin is awful unless I have filters or I do all sorts of creative, like I got really good at using the Photoshop app, and there's like a little band-aid you can put on things and it'll like erase your zits in Photoshop. So I was doing that to a lot of my pictures. It was crazy. Like, I was like a teenager. I gave up sugar, and like a few weeks later, skin totally cleared up. And I had tried a million different face washes. I bought a million different kinds of washcloths. I was washing my face like more than I've ever washed my face in my life. Like, I tried essential oils. I tried Burt's Bees acne treatment. I tried Clearasil. I tried everything. And all I had to do was give up sugar. Go figure. So once again, I gave up sugar, and I was like, I'm not making any promises like I'm giving up sugar for the rest of my life, or I'm giving up sugar for 2017 or whatever. I'm going to not eat sugar until I eat sugar, right? It wasn't like a commitment thing at all. So I decided to do that, and in the meantime, I started researching it more. So, once you give something up, it's easier to like be more honest with yourself about sugar, or like when you give up animal products, it's like easier to be honest with yourself about how bad dairy is for you. Like when I was eating dairy, I was like, no, it's not that bad. But then now that I don't eat dairy, I'm like more open to seeing how bad it is. So same thing with sugar. Like when I gave up sugar, I was like reading more about it and just how bad it is, and then learning about agave, which is also bad. And I was eating agave. I still do use agave. So when I gave up sugar in January, I decided to continue with other sweeteners because I really like sweet things. And I thought maybe it would help me ease out of the sugar stuff. So I still use agave, maple syrup, coconut sugar, occasionally dates especially during like races and stuff, during long runs and triathlons and all that kind of stuff. So I gave up just the white stuff and the brown sugar, right? And it's been awesome. I have felt amazing, and my skin cleared up, and I don't really miss it at all. Like when people are eating donuts in front of me, I'm like, oh man, that looks good. But like at the same time, I'm like, sweet, I'm not eating a donut right now. That's awesome. So it's kind of like, when you go vegan and there's like a goodie table at work, you're like, oh, yo, I can't eat that. And you're like, man, I wish I could eat that sometimes. But like at the same time, you're like, sweet, I'm not like eating this random stuff I didn't really want to eat anyways. So giving up sugar was kind of like that. And then I got these new Shakeology flavors this week that are vegan and amazing and delicious. And I was just so pumped about them. And I looked at the label and I was like, oh my God, they put sugar in Shakeology. What in the world? And Shakeology is something I've drank every day for the last I don't even know how many years. I love it. I obviously drink it every day, and I think it's worth every penny. So to see that there was sugar in there kind of threw me, because Beachbody is obviously a health and fitness company that makes Shakeology, and Darren Onling, who is the creator, one of the two creators of Shakeology, him and Isabel Zeigler, created it, and he is like a superfood warrior. He is super healthy, super fit, and super committed to like not even just, getting the chaga, which is in the new Shakeology formula. He wants to make sure he's getting chaga that's from like somebody who's making the best chaga. And he's not just gonna settle for, moringa, like a lot of places get moringa. You can buy it at any grocery store now. But like the way that it's processed, you're not actually getting nutrition. So he like goes around the world to make sure like these places that you're buying this stuff from are like ethically sourced and sourced from like good quality places. So he's like obsessed with that kind of stuff. And he was like, yeah, cool, there's sugar in here now. And for him to say that, I was like, wait, this is like going against everything I thought I knew about sugar. So then I was like, shoot, can I still drink Shakeology because I don't eat sugar? And I was like, wait a minute. So after, a lot of hours of stressing about this and researching and digging in and deciding what is going to work for me with this is I'm going to try it. So just like I tried giving up sugar, I'm going to try adding sugar back. And I'm not going to start eating donuts or Snickers bars or any other weird candy. I'm not going to occasionally splurge on sugar. I'm not planning on it. But like I said when I started this, I'm not giving up sugar forever. I'm just doing it until I don't do it anymore, right? So I'm going to try the Shakeology with sugar in it and see how I feel. See how my skin does. See how my stomach feels. See how everything feels. And if it still feels awesome, then I will keep drinking it. If it does not, then I will stop drinking it. It's not rocket science. So I was making it way more complicated than it needed to be. Because when you think about it, like, why did I give up sugar in the first place? Well, I wanted to see how I felt. And why do I drink Shakeology? Because it makes me feel awesome. So if I keep drinking Shakeology and it makes me feel awesome, and the label just has the word sugar on it, it's really not the end of the world. So why would I not drink it? Is it just because I want to be able to say I don't eat sugar and have this like black and white thing? That's less important to me than being healthy. So that's why I'm going to keep drinking it, at least for now, and see how it goes, and I will keep you guys posted. And today I had the cafe latte, and I just drank it with soy milk, unsweetened soy milk, and ice. And it was so good, you guys. Oh my God. I'm so excited to like try all the recipes with it. So I'm excited to test with myself and see how I feel and see what it does, and share all my results with you for sure. But I think it's going to be awesome, and I'm so pumped that there's now vegan flavors of vanilla and cafe latte. So good. So good. So that's where I'm at with the sugar thing. And we'll see what happens. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. my thoughts, what works for me might not work for you, so you do what works for you. And if you're curious, like if you're like, I don't even know what Shakeology is, Terry, what are you talking about, crazy lady? Or, oh my gosh, I hate sugar, and you're totally wrong. Just tell me that. Like, that's fine. You don't have to agree with me, and you don't have to do what I do. But yeah, I could definitely give you more information about Shakeology if you're curious. Just shoot me a message or comment below, and I will let you know. All right, guys, have a great Friday. And dude, I mean, look at that sunset behind me. It's like stunning, right? All right, have a good night.